I started cooking really young because my mother hated cooking so much. I was probably 6 or 7 years old. I was obsessed with food, so we'd go to restaurants and I would mimic what we had at the restaurant. I started with the spaghetti sauce, and then I moved on to fondue with Swiss cheese and chablis, and I had so much fun. My name is Jennifer Sissom, and I am the chef and co-founder of Good to Go, also the CEO. The impetus to Good to Go was really not a complete aha moment. I moved to New England, well, I moved to New York at 22, but I cooked around in probably 4 or 5 different restaurants, all very different. And then in 2000, I opened my own restaurant, and it was really fun. I loved being in New York. But I realized I just wanted to be outside, drink my coffee in my pajamas. And that's when I started coming up to Maine. I just loved it.
She knew absolutely no one in Maine. She was a New York City chef and New York City girl, and she came up to Maine and just fell in love with it.
I had moved up to Maine. I was doing recipe testing for a cookbook. At the same point, that's when David and I were going out and we were hiking and backpacking, and that's when I was cooking for our trips. He showed me his favorite food. I think it was mac and cheese with tuna fish, and it really wasn't my thing, and I just decided, you know, I can do this. So I wanted healthier options, I wanted just more flavorful options, lower sodium. David was gluten-free. So that's how that really came about.
We were on an 8-day backpacking trip up in the Adirondacks, and Jen dehydrated all our meals. And we didn't know if they were gonna work or not, and they did. A few days in, we're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And we started thinking about, hey, maybe we could do this, start selling this. And that kind of got everything rolling. 4 months after we started sales, we went to our first outdoor retailer show, and we received Editor's Choice Award from Backpacker Magazine for a Thai curry. And so I knew we definitely were onto something.
I get most of my inspiration for new meals by going out to other restaurants, looking at cookbooks, knowing what makes sense. If I go to a farmer's market, I'll just cruise the entire farmer's market and buy the best things that I can get. Sometimes I don't even have an idea in mind, I just get the ingredients. I'm a chef, I'm not a food scientist. I'm not going in and thinking how to make a cheap meal with a bunch of additives or preservatives. I go in and make a meal like I make a meal at home, deconstruct it and say, does it dry well? So our approach is different for the creative meals that we offer. There's bibimbap, Thai curry, pad Thai, kale and white bean stew, mushroom risotto. I don't think anybody offers that, and I wanted stuff that I like, and so it's a lot of my favorite foods.
It's been really important for us to be here in Maine specifically. So it's great to give back to the state and grow its economy, and that's really, really important to us. We do everything here in-house. We bring in all our ingredients. Our packaging was initially made overseas. We brought that to the US as well. It's really important for us to keep things local and keep, I won't say control of it, but to oversee everything from the prep work that goes into the meals to shipping it out the door. It's all done here.
And everybody here is really a vital part of why we are where we are today. I feel like we have a very good spirit here at Good to Go, like it's a fun spirit, and I hope that's translated in our product.
So what separates Good to Go from its competition? I'd say first and foremost it's Jen, it's her palate. She's a chef, and she's behind each recipe, and I think food should be made by hand. I mean, food's about smells and tastes and feels, and as amazing as machinery is, I mean, you can't replicate a human's palate or sense of smell. It's so essential to making a good quality meal. The top athletes, in the world are seeking us out to bring our meals on their trips with them because they want that great taste. They want the quality meal that they could have at a restaurant at home. They want that in the outdoors, and that's what we've done in the outdoor space.
Not everything can be perfect, like a home-cooked meal, but there are ways to get it as close as possible, and that's what I'm always searching for. I think people are now looking at food the way they look at their gear. They want the best backpack, they now want the best food. They want healthy food, they want something that's not only going to fill them up, but also give them the energy and the nutrients that they need.
Oh,
oatmeal or granola?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Paper, scissors, shoot. Ah, you win. What do you want?
Granola.
The chef chooses the granola.
I'll share it with you.